Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello, I am Rick. I come from Canada.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what to say? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, Maranhão,
Brazil.
Brazil. Yes.
Good, good. Well, that's good. So I should say something like, uh, hola,
Olá. In Brazil,
hola,
we say olá.
hola, hola.
Similar
Good,
to hello.
good. That's good. And good. And I guess do you live there with your family?
Repeat, please. Repeat.
Do you live with your Do you live there with your family,
If I live with my family,
or do you have a family? Are you married? Do you have some children? Or
yes, I'm married. I have a
good,
family.
good,
My son, my daughter. We
good,
are
great,
far. We are far
good.
for people.
For people, good, good. And are you sitting on a hammock? Is that a hammock?
Yes, here in Brazil, we have hammock to retire
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
to back
Yeah,
hammock.
yeah, yeah. The hammock, hammock. But in Portuguese, it's quite a different word, right? How do you say in?
We call rede, similar to net in English.
Oh, hey, to a net, like a net. Yeah, yeah, it is like a net. Huh?
It's like a net. In Canada, is it common? Hammock is a common.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I used to have one. Yeah, yeah. Many people like them, but I'm just looking for a picture here. Where is it now? So I think I read that the word hammock apparently came from the same area that the word for these kind of boats, canoe,
oh,
canoa, I think in Portuguese, canoe. So these are the native people like around Ontario, Canada, and they like to have they're actually having a canoe race, standing up canoe race there. But
there
but
is
anyway, the
some similarity. Some similarity. Eh, canoa.
Yeah,
Yes,
canoa. So apparently the words came into Spanish or maybe into Portuguese too from the Caribbean area. Maybe into Spanish first, I guess, and then maybe spread to but the canoes are a big part of Canadian culture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People go because Canada is full of lakes and rivers, so canoes are so good because you can lift them up. Even one guy can carry a pretty long canoe, or at least a shorter canoe, not one of these huge ones. But
have you
and
been in Brazil or Portugal someday?
I'm sorry,
Have you been in Brazil or Portugal?
Portugal. No, no, but I've just tried to learn some little bits of Portuguese from talking with people. I like to study etymology, so I learned that the bird in Brazil with the big beak, you say tucano, I think tucano, toucan. In English, we say toucan. Um, so if you know that bird, you know that bird. I think you say
Tucano is a bird with
yes.
a big, I don't know the word.
Oh, that's right. I've got it actually. I've got him. Where is he? Oh, yeah, here he is. I got a picture of him here. Here he is right there.
Yes,
Toucan.
yes. Tucano, Tucano
Right, right.
from,
And that word.
from Amazon. I live in Amazon, in Amazon region.
Great. Oh, that's good. That's good. And I learned that this word came from the Tupi Gorani. Has a you say Tupi Gorani language?
I have some friends from couple family Indians. They live in my house, my homes, at good homes, and people come to rent my homes. And some of them are Indians here. They live here near next here. My
Huh?
friend.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I have some close friends in Canada. Like I the guys in the canoe. Like I lived in Ontario, so I went to school with guys like Eastern Canadian Indians, and then I moved to the, but then I moved to the West Coast. The West Coast of Canada is really different. The Vancouver Island and um, the climate is much milder, and the salmon were really, people could catch enough to eat for in a few weeks, for a whole year, and yeah, they pretty interesting cultures on the West Coast, um, where they have the like the totem poles. Just looking for a totem pole here. There's a good one here.
What
Yeah, I have
type
this whole.
of names can you say to me? The names of the tribals. The tribe is it tribal? The names
Tribe.
tribals are a group of Indians. It's called
Yeah,
tribal.
yeah, yeah. Just TRIB. So tribe, yeah, tribe. Sometimes we say tribal as the adjective, yeah, tribal custom or something, tribal tradition.
The
But
gate
we but
tribal.
we call the group a tribe, or yeah, an Indian tribe. Like the
Um,
Yanomano. That's one, right?
from Canada is there? Are there?
Or oh yeah, so many. So yeah, Ojibwe, and Coast Salish. Yeah,
Djibouti,
yeah. So so
Australis.
so on the west coast of Canada is let's see, where's that map? Yeah, yeah. So here's a map of Canada with the provinces. So
Yeah,
so here's the Pacific coast, and then there's these two islands. So I'd love to go to these northern islands sometime. But anyway, I lived on this island, and my friend, he can speak the local language. So I try to learn some of the local my friend's language, and
sure.
so I can give you examples. So one, two, three, four, five of in his language, something like
It,
netche. So netche is one, netche, chesse. So number three is like this blowing sound. Is, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but something like when you blow out the candles. It's a happy when children go make a wish and blow out the candles. It's kind of like a sound like that. So that's number three. So netche, yeah, netche, chessa, nos, geketjes, dagen, zakwis, titis, tako, open. And then open ilks netcha, open ilks chessa, open ilks kind of long for 11, 12.
you are a
Um,
linguist and an anthropologist.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
This
I
is
lived
like
in, yeah, I lived in Indonesia. I study these guys. I study, orangutan,
I don't know
orangutango.
names.
In
What's
Portuguese, orangutango.
orangotango? Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
orangotango.
orangutango. Yeah, orang means people, and tung. Sorry, orangutan. Hutan is the forest, so they call them forest people in the Malay Indonesian language. Forest people. Yeah, they're really forest people. They're really funny little guys. Yeah.
Help me about some question with Saskatchewan, the province from Canada.
Oh,
What
oh
it's
yeah. Also native. Yeah,
the
native language. Yeah.
in
Saskatchewan.
Sas-
Saskatchewan.
is a Indian name?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't. What does it mean again? What's the meaning? I know like Ontario. Yeah, 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 yeah. The capital of Canada, Ottawa. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. They're all they're all native names. Even the capital, the province, the country, Manitoba, Ontario, Niagara, the famous waterfall. Um, I know the meaning of most of those. Like Niagara Fall, Niagara means the thundering water, water like thundering water or something. Ontario's like sparkling water, the sunshine on the water, beautiful like Ontario. Sounds like it. It sounds like a nice girl's name or something. Ontario, Ontario. Canada was like a village, Canada, as it means just said like a village or a house, has kind of double meaning like that. But anyway, I live in Indonesia, and now I live in another country. I lived about 30 years in Asia, different countries, studying different. I study, so I study orangutango, and then there's
How,
a small one called a gibbon. So this is a gibbon. They're
we say
really
monkey,
yeah
monk,
yeah. In English, yeah. In English, we have a different word. So we have ape, APE. So there's monkeys and then there's apes in English. So there's a gorilla, chimpanzee, orangutango, and this one. They're all apes. So this is the real small one, and they really they live in the trees. They're great in the trees, and their arms are really powerful. So they can like swing and like just incredible. If you could see them move, it's like wow, they're lucky. Really
interesting.
powerful arms.
How did you how did you how did you pronounce Toronto? It's Toronto.
Oh,
Canadians have some pronunciations, some different pronunciations. Toronto,
yeah. Local people will just say Toronto, Toronto. Oh, I
Toronto,
live in.
Toronto,
I'm from Toronto, Toronto, but it's really
Toronto,
Toronto. Originally it was Toronto,
Toronto.
Toronto, Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, it's another native. Yeah, and America too, right? Mississippi,
Mississippi.
Kentucky, yeah, Ohio. Yeah, they're
Ohio.
actually yeah, Ohio, Kentucky. So many names. Alabama, like yeah, Alabama, Tuskegee. That's a famous school. That was the name of the people before. Miami, Ottawa. They're names of tribes. Actually, tribes. The capital of Canada is Ottawa. There was a tribe called the Ottawa, the people. Miami, Florida. They were before the Miami were the people called the Miami, the tribe.
It's an
Uh,
manufacturer pronunciation. Here's interesting. Do you like many? Do you like animals more than other more
yeah.
than other?
I study animals and birds and insects and I mean, not fish so much, but more like we have mammals, especially especially monkeys and orangutan. They're amazing. So they only live over in this area of the world. That's why I kind of lived for many years to study them because they. So I want to go back. Yeah, I'm planning another expedition back to find the monkeys. I have to go. I need to go back to the mountain. I know. I used to
Here
go.
I'm suffering with a mosquito. Are there
Oh,
mosquitoes in Canada?
yeah. There's mosquitoes, but on Vancouver Island, not so many mosquitoes. Um, I'm just looking for. I usually have. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Three cities are all close by. So this is Vancouver Island, a very big island, and then there's Vancouver City, and then there's
Okay,
Victoria. They're both in Canada, and then right close by is Seattle, Washington,
okay.
and Seattle was actually the name of a venerable native chief. So he was a native. I usually have his picture around here, but I don't think I can find it right now. But anyway, he was the so Seattle was the name of an Indian chief. Yeah, and his language probably very close to that one I mentioned with the Netcha Chessa Phew for three. Anyway, good luck there in Brazil. Ciao,
Leomar.
ciao.
Ciao. Bye bye.